Welcome to the 2018 edition of the Emerald Coast Powerboat Poker Run, brought to you by the Florida Powerboat Club here in the Florida Panhandle, and it's presented by Mercury Racing, where we launched the Project 1080 38 cigarette here for the very first time here in Destin. Special thanks to OffleaseOnly.com once again for providing a grand prize. This time it's a 2018 Camaro. And our first place winner is going to take home this Harley Davidson 750 Street from Emerald Coast Harley Davidson right here in town. And to get you all up to speed, this is episode 2 of our 4-part series with feature coverage of the Emerald Coast Powerboat Poker Run. And we left you off last time from the Thursday night Miss Powerboat Week contest. So now it's Friday morning and we are getting ready for that famous fun run to Juana's in Navarre. So everyone is down at the docks and getting ready. Of course, our headquarter hotel once again is the world-class Emerald Grand. And this year they gave us some docking right here at Harbor Walk Village. Today's going to be about a 70 or 80 boat run. We have over 100 boats registered for the event, and there's going to be a chopper up in the air chasing everybody down. But I jumped on board with Kenny Schomp and Matt Garland on their downtown 42-foot Mystic, along with some of those lovely FPC girls. And you can see the weather was just about right. Not too sunny and hot yet. Of course, we're in the middle of August right now, so temperatures can sometimes soar well into the 90s by midday. Kenny Ray Schomp and Matt Garland are from Kentucky, and they've done this event a number of times, but quite often in the past it's been in their 40-foot skater. This new Mystic is a 42-foot model with quad Mercury Racing 400R Verados. So let's talk about today's course. We're going to run about 25 miles westbound on the ICW. There's a little idle speed zone here right at the Fort Walton Bridge. That only lasts about maybe 5 or 10 minutes at the very most, and a perfect time to welcome Marissa on the left and Whitney on the right, who came in from South Florida to join us for this event. And some lovely local gals joined on to help us out with the poker run. Today the girls are just going to ride along and have a good time and maybe take a few pictures. Tomorrow they're going to be the checkpoint girls at all of the checkpoints on the course. And for our next introduction, this is Brett David along with his lady Candy Bouquet. They said that they had a great time on the run. They enjoy powerboating and participating in poker runs. And when we asked them what their favorite thing is about powerboating, they said going fast and the sound of the engines. Here's another Baja. Let's welcome Lee Jones all the way from Louisiana. 27-foot Baja called 24/7. And he's powered by a single Mercury 496 HO, which is 425 horsepower. Now let's say hi to Blake and Angie Olson, all the way from Texas, in their 35-foot cigarette called 2-Pack Habit. A lot of great things they had to say in their video bio. They heard so many great stories about the poker run, and they watched a ton of our YouTube videos, and so they loaded up the truck and headed for the Panhandle. What I love about this boat, it's pretty much all original with the exception of the repower with the 496 HOs. It's all original paint and interior. These guys are having a great time up here in the helicopter as they now catch up with Weston Harlow from Pensacola in his 38-foot Ocean Express called Team Booty Shaker. He's a veteran here on this run. He came a long way from his 26-foot Rinker 5 years earlier. And let's welcome back David Berg and his crew all the way from Texas in this 43-foot Midnight Express. Powered by Mercury Verado 350s, 4 of them all together. Love that red interior. Love the colors of this boat. It's really one spectacular Midnight 43. Now let's say hi to our longtime friends Rick and Stephanie Martin all the way from Georgia with this 325 Pursuit. You're not going to see Ricky because he's up at the helm enjoying the air conditioning. And here's another team from the Georgia crew, Michael and Tara Kimball, in their 28-foot Sea Fox, proving once again that you don't have to have a 50-foot cat to enjoy Destin. In fact, I jumped on board with them at the Lake Lanier poker run just a month earlier. Here's the kids enjoying a poker run family style as they get up on the bow of that Sea Fox and pick up the team poker cards here at the checkpoint. I can't think of a better way to spend quality family time than to get out on your local poker run and have a great day. And I also want to thank Mike and Tara for coming all the way to Tampa to join us for the Tampa Poker Run earlier in the year. And let's welcome once again Lad Spring, all the way from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He's been here a number of times, but always in a cigarette. This time he's here in this 39-foot Nortec center console, powered by triple Mercury 400s. And helping to keep those Nortec manufacturer numbers really strong is Brox Backley from Florida, 39-foot Nortec center console, Team Cocky, powered by triple Mercury 400 Alvarados. And the first time here for Brox on this run. Thanks for joining us, Brox, and we hope you can come back next year to join us again. And let's welcome once again Scott and Allison Stinson from Georgia, 42-foot Mystic center console, triple Mercury 400 Alvarados, a great running boat and a boat that allows you to bring as many people as you want on these poker runs. And let's welcome back again John and Connie Family, another Georgia team in this 34-foot Sensation. And this was a big departure for them. They came out of an Outer Limits performance boat, but they say that they're loving the center console. Here's a cool ride and a one-off boat. Not going to see another one like this. It's a 44 Mystic. David and Jenny Landsman from Maryland in Breakin' Balls. I think that team name won him the Best Team Name Award. And you've got to love the roar of those Mercury Racing 700 SCIs. Those engines are equipped with CMI headers, and that explains that thunderous roar coming out of the transom of this boat. And it is a beautiful sound at that. And let's extend a very special welcome to Mindy Dollar and Rusty Williams from Performance Boat Center. It's their first big sponsorship of this event. They brought that 36-foot Wright Performance Cat. This boat is an exclusive to Performance Boat Center, which now has a South Florida location, and they are introducing the new 420 at the Miami Boat Show. A little bit of cat play here as the Wright Performance pulls up alongside David Landsman in his Mystic. And now we're joining Craig and Paula Ackerman, also from Georgia, in this 29 formula called Altered Ego. And it may be a coincidence, but they just purchased a brand new Wright Performance 360 Cat, so maybe that pass kind of impressed them. And let's welcome Stephen and Kelly Marino from not very far away, neighboring Alabama, with this 35-foot DCB, brand new boat, 2019 35 with Mercury Racing 1100s. It doesn't get much better than that, guys. And a special thanks to the guys from DCB. They came out. Jeff Johnson joined us here at the event as a sponsor, and we want to thank him for coming all the way from out west to join us at the event. And let's welcome Octavio Valdivia and his wife Karen on this big flagship Outer Limits, a 51 model called Team Blue Bayou. They're from Georgia, but they've also got a home in Pensacola, so they're basically doing this poker run in their own backyard. And it's nice to see that Michael Bull is back at it with this 30-foot Eliminator. He's from Georgia in Team All Systems Go, and he's done a number of poker runs here, especially loves the Emerald Coast poker run, and he's done this event many, many times in different boats. And helping to keep the cigarette numbers strong is Don House from Kentucky in this 36-foot Gladiator called Team House Party with its small sit-down cockpit. This is about as close as you're going to ever feel like you're driving a sports car on any of the many cigarette models. And let's welcome Daniel and Lana Dickert, came from Southwest Florida with this 34-foot Nortec center console, Lady Lana. It's their second event this year. They did the Fort Myers poker run back in April. Derek Walkup has been a proud supporter of this event for many years, over 10 for sure. He lives in Oklahoma, but he has all of his Black Diamond fleet based right here in Destin, so we're always going to see him on this event. This MTI is equipped with Mercury Racing 1550s, which can run on race fuel, and quite often this boat is filled up with race fuel, and it is very fast running at those higher RPMs. Chances are he's going to get away from the chopper, and they are not going to catch up. And another big catamaran, 52-foot with Mercury Racing 1550s. This is Don and Alice Lightfoot all the way from Texas, but this one's a Nortec. It's a roadster model, one of very few that were ever built. Footloose 2 was preceded by a 36 and a 43-foot Nortec Cat years earlier. Let's say hi to Robert Keys Jr. and his family on this 28-foot Eliminator. It's powered by twin Mercury Racing 400Rs, a brand new boat for them, Team Stress Release, and they've been on a number of runs with us in the past. A really fond memory I have was meeting them in Biloxi, Mississippi at the Smoke and the Sound, where he and the kids were running a 26-foot Cat and going over some big waves and putting on an amazing show. Now let's welcome Jeff Schmidt from Texas in this 30-foot Spectre. It's a 2001 model, powered by Mercury Racing 500 EFIs, and he says that he had a great time. It was a great event, and he'll be back next year. And here's a great viewpoint from the best seat in the house up here in this R44 helicopter as we catch up to a second team member of the Black Diamond team. Of course, Derek Walkup's team. He's not in this boat. He's driving the 52 Cat, but this 34 MTI model is also equipped with fuel cells to help fuel the big 52. And from Performance Catamaran to Offshore Performance Center Console, showing the diversity of this event, here's Mark and Eileen Fisher from Blackwater Boats bringing this big 43 Blackwater powered by Quad Mercury 400 Alvarados. This is a relatively new boat to their lineup. They came out with a new 43 about a year and a half earlier. And from their sister company now here, Dr. Jason Parker is operating his 39-foot Deep Impact 399 model. Again, a sister company to Blackwater. This one powered also by Quad Mercury 400 Alvarados. Between this paint job and the sea deck up on the forward deck, I think this boat turned out amazing. And here is yet another Deep Impact 399 owned by Paul Bertucci from Mississippi. Paul has been a supporter of this event for over 20 years and has done so in a variety of boats. Started out with a Fountain, went through a couple of Nortex, but now is in his first Deep Impact 399 and his first outboard boat. He just took delivery and he says he's loving it. And let's say hi to Johnny and Don Weems from the Destin area here. They're local to this poker run. 42-foot cigarette Huntress Team Thor. And this Huntress model has stood as the flagship of the cigarette center console fleet until just recently at the Miami Boat Show when the all-new 59 cigarette Tirana was introduced. Now let's welcome Jonathan and Tracy Saucier from Texas, who said they were so excited for the changes that we made to the 2018 event. They love the Emerald Coast Poker Run. They've been here so many times we lost count. This is a 36-foot Outlaw they've owned since new. Now let's welcome INL Ficut and his lovely first mate all the way from Arkansas in this 33-foot Wellcraft Scarab. He got in town early enough to join us for the Wednesday night Trucks and Boats Parade, and his truck is awesome. I'm pretty sure it's longer than his actual boat. And keeping those Georgia numbers strong, Brad Hancock from the Atlanta area in this Nortec 477 SPX, a very rare 47-foot performance Nortec powered by Mercury Racing 1350s. I think they only built one or two like this. In fact, this is the only one this color, and it is a beautiful ride. And another Georgia team, Bo and Tiffany Renfro in this 368 skater called Dirty Money. It's a boat that they brought out here about 3 years ago. It was the first time we saw it. They've got several other boats in their stable back in Georgia, including a big 48-foot Fountain Express. And another one of our teams who's not too far from home, Jeff and Marilyn Whitlock from Alabama, this 40-foot MTI Team Do It, powered by Mercury Racing 1075s that have been pumped up to about 1,200 horsepower each by engine builder Ron Sporl, who also maintains the boat. We're always going to see a few formulas on this run. Chris and Norma Blackwell were here from Texas in this 382 formula called Team Hot Water. They've been here on this run at least 3 times. They started attending back in 2013, so thanks to you guys for your continued support. And here's another Texas team that comes back year after year, Jim Stockton with his 42-foot Fountain. Chicks dig it. It's for sale if anybody wants a really cool 42 that is absolutely loaded. Just call the club office and we'll hook you up. And how about a big shout out to Niceville Fire Rescue, Captain Tony and Captain Tommy here on board, as always, supporting our safety management efforts here and doing a great job at it. Good to have you guys out here. And also, when they get a chance, firing up that hose and putting on a little show. Well, you just saw what it looks like to get passed by Kenny Armstrong and his Team Phantom, 48-foot MTI, powered by Mercury Racing 1350s. And here's what she looks like from up high in the sky as Kenny arrives here now at Navarre, which he'll now make the turn into Juanas for the lunch stop today. And it's time to slow things down just a little bit here as we rendezvous on the west side of the Navarre Bridge. Everyone's going to turn and head towards Juanas for lunch. And we also tell everyone to hang around and wait for the helicopter because this is a photo op. Remember, the helicopter is going to stay up in the air, and this is a good chance to get those beautiful pictures and good running video clips of your boats. If you head for the beach and you dock your boat, you're not going to be able to get that. So it's a good idea to always hang around, look for the chopper, and put on a little show before you head in for lunch. And speaking about putting on a show, once again, these lovely ladies of Florida Powerboat Club are the real reason that we're all here, right, guys? But that's why you want to own a center console, so you don't have to leave any of them on the dock. So obviously the cats all arrived first because they were the front runners on this very short fun run today, and they are settled in at Juana's, and the party's about to begin. And this is why we love Juana's here at Navarre. You can see all the great places to park the boat, whether you just nose it up on the beach or find their actual dock. You can tie it up here or just throw an anchor and just walk in waist deep water. It's really a great setup, and it allows for hundreds of boats to be here for the event. We like coming here for the Friday fun run because not everybody is out for the weekend yet, so it kind of gives us the best pick of all the good docking spots, and I think that's what worked out great. Thanks to all of the staff here at Juana's for rolling out the red carpet, and I can't really think of many poker run lunch stops or checkpoints that have so much going on and such a great beach vibe. And I think that having this Friday lunch run, which by the way was sponsored by Phantom Boats, gives our poker run teams a chance to really enjoy Juana's and all that it has to offer, which includes great food and live entertainment. And I would like to just thank once again Phantom Boats. George Ariano offered to sponsor the Friday lunch stop here at Juana's, and that allowed Juana's to put out a pretty nice spread of food for everybody. So this was like an added incentive or bonus for anybody who got into town early and did the captain's meeting earlier today and then got out on the waterways. So this is just one of the many things that we're doing to add that VIP touch and bring back that nice experience for everybody here that attends the Florida Powerboat Club's Emerald Coast Powerboat Poker Run. And as for the photo ops with the pretty ladies, well, that just comes with the program. Of course, with all this high-performance hardware, it's hard to one-up this fleet, but this year somehow we managed to do that by having Icon Aircraft join us with a brand new Icon A5.
Hi, I'm Andrew Jackson. I'm with Icon Aircraft. I brought today the Icon Aircraft A5. It's a light sport amphibious aircraft. It's all composite. It's a blast to fly. It's easy, it's safe, it's fun, and you can fly in one today. So if you can contact us in Tampa, California, or contact our sales team, we'll get you in touch and make it happen. And we'd love for you to come out and try it. We're happy to be here this year to support the poker run, and we hope everybody has a great time. Make sure you go fast.
We still have plenty of daylight left today and not a very far ride to go back to our home port at Destin. So our photo and video crew decided it was time to get the lovely FPC girls up on the bows of these boats and maybe get some nice content for the pages of the FPC magazine and on the website. So let's just sit here on the sideline and watch these professionals do their work. Well, as we get ready to depart here from Juana's, I think we can all agree that that was a fantastic Friday lunch stopover. And remember that the change of date also has affected the outcome here in a good way, because by moving the poker run back to the third weekend of August, we're really starting to get back into school season for some of the southern states. And that means that a lot of families that would be on vacation otherwise have gone back to home, gone back to school, and it really takes the number of boats off the waterways, and I think that's a good thing when you're talking about running a big poker run with 100 or more boats. It just makes for less congested waterways, and I think that's a better experience overall for everybody. And before we get things going here with the run back towards Destin, I do want to mention that coming up in May of 2019, we do have the new Orange Beach Powerboat Week, which is going to be a very similar format to the Emerald Coast Poker Run. And I think that we're going to actually come over here towards Pensacola or even as far as Navarre to Juanes as part of that course map. And we're back up in the air now with the FPC photo and video team in this R44. So it's going to be fast and furious as we head back for this 25-mile stretch from Navarre heading eastbound back towards Destin. Now joining George and Ann Ariano in their 35-foot DCB. It's one of two DCBs that George owns. This one's powered by Mercury Racing 700s, and it is one fast cat. Now here's Bill and Evie Dahl all the way from Illinois in this 39-foot Sutphen powered by Lamborghini V12s. They have been active with the club since the early 90s with this very same boat. It's amazing to see he just keeps it running, and he tells me that he has boxes of Lambo parts in his garage to make sure that happens. And another team representing Georgia, Jim and Lynn Archambault in their 43 Outer Limits, keeping it real. But really, they're representing their hometown Destin also. That's their home away from home. They spend a lot of time here. This 43V was a big step from their last boat, a 34 center console. Cass Schubert has been a big fixture on this event for many years in this 38-foot cigarette team, Liquid Prozac. But we're going to say a sad farewell to this 38 Top Gun because he recently sold the cigarette and he's going to spend more time in his Outer Limits. And if you love skaters, you're going to love this boat. This 440 SS belongs to Shane and Amy Mulkey from Louisiana. Team Fast Money. They've been here on the run before, and it's good to see them back joining us here at the Emerald Coast. And here's a quick shot of A.L. Kirkland and his lady, Cruz Rutherford. They've sponsored the poker run, and we have a great factory segment in our next episode. Well, we're going to catch up with a number of boats going through this idle speed zone now, and that's the good thing about this event. There's really not a lot of idling that you have to do. Of course, here at the Brooks Bridge area in Fort Walton Beach, it's a long idle speed zone, but everybody bunches up, and it's a good chance for the helicopter to close in and get some last-minute shots here before we retire the helicopter for the day. But before we do that, let's make one more pass over Destin Harbor, because this is really the time of day when the whole run, the whole day of activities culminates with people either taking their boats back to their dock or taking a time and putting them on the beach here at Noriego Point in Destin Harbor. And that's something that the locals really like to do here a lot. And it's right across from AJ, so it's really local to all of our docking facilities. Of course, special thanks to AJ's for letting us have this as an official sponsor dock for the run. But look at these wide angles, and you can just see how many hundreds of boats can fit into Destin Harbor and why it's such a cool place to hang out at the end of the day. So as the day transitions into the night and the sun starts to set, we can see that the underwater lights and the cockpit lights start to get turned on here at the sponsor dock, and this is where the big show is going to be for Friday night. And this has been a tradition for many, many years as AJ's Oyster Bar rolls out the red carpet to our poker run teams for the Friday night Rock the Docks party. And indeed, this format is really, really suitable, especially now that so many people are staying here at the Emerald Grand. So there's less driving than ever before. People are able to stay at the Emerald Grand and dock their boat right here at AJ's. And I want to thank Alan Laird and his staff for continuing this tradition. Of course, they have some of these big slips that these larger boats can back into. There's Greg Bent with his 45 Nortec. And then, of course, we can raft up the rest of the boats on this inside basin. And by early evening, once we've got all the boats in for the night, the lights start to come on and the show really starts to begin. And after all that polishing, here is the money shot from up on the deck at AJ's. This is the view that we get from the upstairs deck where we're going to have our party tonight. And I'd like to remind everybody that that is a change in the format that we requested. Remember that a year earlier, or for at least the last few years, we were outside and kind of mixing with Johnny Q Public, but it got kind of crowded and it was hard to determine who was on the poker run and who wasn't. But this time it was VIP all the way and it was fantastic.
I said, we're the first ones here.
Now as we cruise through AJ's, you get a closer look at how everything is looking just fantastic here. Remember, they had a really bad fire a year and a half earlier, and they were managed to rebuild everything and make it really fantastic again. We got everybody upstairs, and this is the experience that we all come for on these poker runs. And AJ's understands it more than anybody, and they gave us that experience back. And I think that's what made a difference this year for the Emerald Coast Powerboat Poker Run. And I know that the Florida Powerboat Club members really appreciated it because I got a lot of great comments. I mean, just look at how nicely this outdoor patio was set up and how it's not crowded. You know, it's not shoulder to shoulder in the bar. You can get a drink, you can move around. And I think this makes for a better experience for all of us. And I'm really thankful that we made the effort to change things around and make it happen for you guys. So we appreciate all the great feedback that we got. And above all, we thank the staff here at AJ's for making this a great evening. Well, when the band took a short break, I couldn't resist the opportunity to introduce all of the FPC girls, which on the previous night, they had put on a great show. Anybody who saw the last episode of this Emerald Coast coverage would have seen the Miss Emerald Coast Powerboat Week contest, which was hosted right here at Harbor Walk Village. And special thanks to Kayla Campbell, one of our FPC models, who really, stepped it up a notch and was able to recruit a lot of her girlfriends, all models from the area, to really give us a strong staff of FPC girls for the event. And it wasn't just for the Thursday night show. It included all of the Friday activities, the check-in girls, Friday night party staff, and of course the actual poker run girls to hand out the cards on Saturday. And I do want to remind everybody that we do have the new 2019 Florida Powerboat Club calendar, which is a powerboat calendar, but on the inset of each page is one of our FPC girls. A lot of the photos were taken right here from this event. Now, if you do stay tuned for the next episode, while we're actually doing the checkpoints, each of the models will have her Instagram page listed on the checkpoint lower third of the screen in the graphics. So you can follow these FPC girls on their own personal Instagram pages if you check in with us for our next episode here featuring the Emerald Coast Powerboat Poker Run. What a fantastic day it was, all day Friday, but we've now completed 3 days of Powerboat Week, and we're just getting started. The poker run is tomorrow. This concludes episode 2 with feature coverage of Florida Powerboat Club's Emerald Coast Powerboat Poker Run from beautiful Destin, Fort Walton Beach. When we come back with our next episode, we'll have complete coverage of the all-day Saturday poker run, which takes us from Sandestin all the way west to Pensacola Beach, with over 100 awesome powerboats running up and down the beautiful recreational waterways of the Emerald Coast. The Emerald Coast Powerboat Poker Run is presented by Mercury Racing with our grand prize sponsor, offleaseonly.com, and our first place sponsor, Emerald Coast Harley Davidson. Remember that if you don't want to miss another episode here on YouTube, subscribe to our channel, Florida Powerboat Club, and remember to click on the notification bell so you'll get an email update every time a new episode releases. You can also follow us on Facebook at FL Powerboat, and Florida Powerboat Club is on Instagram at FL Powerboat, at Stu FPC, and at FPC Girls. For all the information about upcoming poker runs and membership with the club, you can find us online at flpowerboat.com. This is Stu Jones signing off. Thanks for watching, and remember to be safe out there and always wear your life jackets.